What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Knives at the Round Table. My name is Marco, and this is the first video of 2025. We have New Year's resolutions, and one of my resolutions is to rehome the knives that I don't use. I am a huge advocate of using your stuff. I have no safe queens, regardless of the price, but these are knives that I haven't used. And if you saw my video on the state of the collection, then you know that I've been very fortunate to be able to have a significant amount of knives. And what happens is that a lot of these they just don't get any pocket time, and I think it's kind of a waste of space, of money, of opportunity for somebody else to enjoy some of these knives. So my hope is that, most of these, if they are kind of hard to get, they're going to be a slight discount. If they are kind of easier to get, they'll be more discounted. My hope is that, you'll find them a good deal, okay? And so all of the knives that you see on the table are going to be for sale, okay? And I'm going to go into a little bit of the detail of each knife, and I'm going to tell you the price and all of that stuff. I'm going to try and put some timestamps in the bottom so that you can kind of, if you want, some of the higher end knives and then some of the kind of middle of the pack or some of the more economical knives, and you'll be able to jump to those. But let me tell you kind of the rules of engagement first, okay? And the rules of engagement is that if you want any of these knives, you're going to shoot me an email. Okay, and the email is going to be down in the description down below. And what's going to happen is that if you're going to tell me in on the Medford Theseus, right? And whoever tells me in first, then it goes to them. Okay, I want to consolidate everything in my email, and then once you tell me that you want it, I'll send you kind of details on how to pay me. Okay. And you'll tell me addresses and all of that stuff. Okay, it's going to be through email. Please do not, if you comment below saying that you want it, whatever, that's not the place to do it. It's through email. The email is going to be in the description down below. Okay, whoever says in first is the one who gets the knife. Okay, now I'm trying to give you a discounted price, but I'm not looking to haggle, okay? I'm not looking to, hey, can you, instead of 320, can you do 300? I'm not looking to do any of that, okay? So the prices are already going to be discounted, and they're already going to be what I want, and the prices are with shipping included, okay? This is, all of the prices are shipped. Now, the payment's going to be through PayPal, friends, and family. It's going to be PayPal, friends, and family. It's not going to be goods and services. This is a lot of knives. If you have a mistrust that I either have the knife or that I'm going to scam you, okay? I'm sure that if I scam anybody, it'll be in the comments down below. I will not turn off the comments, okay? But if you believe that I am not going to do it, then do not send me an in, okay? If everything's going to be through PayPal's friends and family, do not put any notes. PayPal will hold the funds on all, especially knives, okay? It's happened many times, so don't do that. Now, I encourage you, if you have questions about any of these knives and you want to shoot me an email, I encourage you to do so. Okay, if you have any questions at all, but please note that if you're asking me questions, that doesn't mean that I'm holding the knife for you. It just means that we're having conversation on the knife. If you're asking me questions and I'm answering back, and somebody else says in on that knife, I'm gonna sell it to them. Okay, do whatever's comfortable for you. But please note that until you tell me in on that knife, the knife is still mine and I can sell it if somebody else wants it, okay? I just have no assurances that at the end of our conversation, you're gonna end up buying it for sure, right? And if somebody else wants to buy it for sure, then I'm gonna sell it to the person who buys it. All of these knives, they've been carried, and most of them have been very, very lightly used, extremely lightly used. If I've used one a little bit more than others, I will let you know here in a little bit. I will describe all of the knives first here in the first few minutes, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into each knife, give you a kind of a brief description, give you the price, and if I used it more, or if it's or if there's anything that I have to point out with the knife. Okay, so let's I think without kind of further ado, let's get started. So right now I have it kind of sorted between from highest price starting top. It goes down in price, and then goes down in price, and then lower, and then the least expensive ones are going to be down here. So again, I'm just going to kind of tell you what the knives are right now, and then I'm going to go into detail of each one. Okay, so if you just want to know kind of what's out there, then this is the place. So first I'm going to start with the Evo 4.0. Okay, that's the most recent Evo that they released. We also have an Evo 3.0. Okay, and I'll tell you the reasons I'm selling those two, even though they're kind of some of my favorite knives. We have a Herman Sting. We have a Custom Knife Factory Sokosha. We have the Direware S90. This is a custom knife. This is the Custom Knife Factory Sukhoi. Hoback Husky. Metford Knives Theseus. Custom Knife Factory Marauder. This is the Metford Knives Micro Praetorian. This is a Droppoint. Hoback Sumo. Custom Knife Factory Gnome. This is the Olamic Wayfarer 247 in the Harpoon, and I'll give you more of the description of this one. This is the Something of Scene Company Jacob, the first one. This is this is the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest. Okay, with the Arctic Storm carbon fiber. This is the Todd Begg Citadel. Microtech Stitch. This is the automatic version of the knife. This is the Sharp by Design Apex. This is the Tanto blade with a compound grind. This is the Angry Baby Bear by Alliance Designs. This is the Yeager-M with the Mokuti and black micarta accents and scales. This is the PeñaApache with the Damasteel blade. And if you saw me struggle with the front flipper, you know why I'm selling it. This is the large Apache in carbon fiber with Damascus accents. And so this is the kind of the large brother to that. So this is the Progeny from APurvis Blades. This is the Knife Nuts Podcast Edition. These are very few. This is the BrownRaptor. This is the St. Nick's Knives edition with the black and red carbon fiber scales. This is the Berg BladesSlim with the carbon fiber overlays. This is the Chavez 229 Redención. This is a drop point with a compound grind. This is the Berg Blades Mini Slim, so that's the baby brother to that. This is in the bronze anodized full titanium. Demco 8020.5 with the sheepsfoot blade. This is the MicrotechAmphibian aluminum scales and with this partially serrated blade. This is the Fox Knives Zuru in the Arctic Storm scale. This is the ZT 0562 in the carbon fiber. I will tell you more, but this has been sharpened to a mirror edge. Okay, I carried this one quite a bit. This is the Homer Zoo T-Rex. This is another small custom knife. This is the Giant Mouse Knives Atelier. This is the full titanium version of the knife. This one is what's it called? This is the Vincent knife from MKM in the Toxic Storm scales. This is the Red Horse Knives Hell Razor, okay, with the carbon fiber scales. This is the Giant MouseJutland with the green micarta scales. TRMNerd with the kind of translucent scales. MicrotechMSI with the carbon fiber scales. This is the BestechEngine. This has a really cool anodized on one side. And the cheapest one that I'm gonna sell is the KizerSheepsfoot with the 10B blade. Okay, so that's what's gonna be for sale. Okay, again, the rules for engagement are gonna be in the comment section. The email for you to tell me that you want a knife. So now I'm gonna kind of start from the most expensive ones. I'm gonna put some timestamps so that you can kind of jump around if you know something is, so you can get to whatever your budget is. I'm gonna try and keep it, you know, at every $100. I'm gonna put a kind of a timestamp. Okay, so the Evo 4.0. Okay, so this one is going to come with a kind of a Mokuti pocket clip. It's got the pocket clip of this one has a little bit of a scratch right there. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that. But you are getting an additional pocket clip here. Okay, and this one is it has the Damascus kind of accents around the pivot collar here. It's M390. It's M390 steel. Okay, and the reason I'm selling this one is because I have another one of these knives, the 4.0, but the one that has the kind of black blade with the micarta on it. So I love this knife. I think the Evo is one of the best knives out there. I really do. But I have two of them. I only use the micarta one, and it's because I also have. So I have the 2, the 3, and the 4. Okay, and the 3.0 that I have is in basically this colorway. Oh, by the way, this is the hand rub satin blade of this version of this knife. So this knife is gonna go with the pocket clip, for $700. Okay, that's $700. New. The knife by itself was $730, and you can check up on all of this, but new was $730. The pocket clip was about $60, $70 or thereabouts. So new, this was an $800 kind of package, and it's yours for $700. And I kind of have the same story for the 3.0. The 3.0 is my favorite size of the Evo collection. So what I did, I ended up getting the full dress version, the one that has Damasteel blade and Damascus scales. So this one is very similar to that. This has the black scales, it has the Mokuti accents, and it has the hand rub satin, Okay, so this was originally $730, and this is undamaged. There's no marks on this at all. And this one's gonna go for $700. Okay. Oh, by the way, all of these knives, they come with everything that came with the knife. Okay. The pouch, for example, Custom Knife Factory sent you additional hardware. The little silk wrapping cloth, the pouch, the box. If it came with the knife, I'm sending it to you with everything included. Okay. So this is the Herman Knife Sting in M398. Okay, and this one, it's the blade is so slicey, but it's a little bit too dainty for my uses. So I end up not using it as much as I want to. It's a beautiful knife. It's beautiful fit and finish. This M398. It's bronze with, and the valleys is more of a kind of a bluish kind of tint. Hopefully that kind of comes across. But it's a bluish tint with the bronze. Comes with everything that came with the knife. So this one was originally $750. It's yours for $675 for the Herman Knife Sting. Now, the Sokosha. So this is kind of one of my latest acquisitions, and I am actually I'm actually kind of catch and releasing it. I wanted to see what the difference was between this Sokosha and the previous version of the Sokosha, and they're almost identical. The only kind of difference that I see is the colorway, and I actually like the original colorway better, which is it had like kind of like the bronze instead of the main scales to be, they were bronze with a carbon fiber accent, so it kind of popped. So this is kind of a catch and release for me. This is the black DLC. Originally it was $690. It's yours for $650 on the CKF Sokosha. Now we're gonna do the Direware S90. So this is kind of a unique knife. Okay, it's got kind of this DLC, but it's kind of like a faded DLC. It's kind of like a faded a little bit to brown. It's got this blue anodizing with this kind of oversized pocket clip. It's got a S110V blade on it, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Yes, CPM S110V. This is from Direware. So this is a full custom. It's a little bit small for my hand, so that's why I end up not using it. So I want to point to you a couple of things. This one, I flipped it a lot. So the flipper tab is no longer anodized. Right here, all of this is no longer anodized. Okay, so this one, it was originally $850, and it's yours for $650. Okay, so there's a $200 discount for you to get into a Direware S90. Okay, now moving on. This is wow. Oh, this one's the flipper tab is difficult. This is the CKF Sukhoi. Okay, and this is a beautiful knife. I mean, if you enjoy kind of larger blades, and that's the reason I'm selling it, because it's such a large blade. This, I'm talking a full 4 inches and kind of, and it feels every bit of it. But it's got this beautiful Mokuti with the kind of carbon fiber alternating inserts between the titanium scales, M398 blade with the Damascus pocket clip. The Sukhoi was originally $655, and this one I haven't used a whole heck of a lot, and the reason is because it's just a huge blade, and you know, and you know, I just don't carry much of 4-inch blades. I just really don't. If they came up with a mini Sukhoi, something that is, you know, 3.5 to 3.25 inch blade, just smaller, that would be something that would be kept in my collection. The Sukhoi from 655, it's yours for 600 bucks. Next we have the Hoback Husky. Okay, so this one is on a Nitro V blade. This one is a tank. Jake Hoback decided that he was gonna do a 1/4 inch everything, 1/4 inch scales, 1/4 inch micarta, 1/4 inch blade, 1/4 inch scales. This is a tank. This is probably the girthiest, fullest knife I have. It comes in this kind of compound grind. This is, I believe it's Nitro V. Okay, I believe this is Nitro V, and I did get it. It's kind of this. It's not aftermarket. It's directly from Hoback, but it's got this secondary pocket clip. I believe I still have the original pocket clip, the gray one, if you want that. But this is yeah. So this is a heavy use, heavy duty knife for sure. So this one was originally $683, and it's gonna be yours for $550, from $683 to $550 for you on the Hoback Husky. Now, this one, I debated a long time where I was gonna let it go. This is the Medford Theseus, and in the Medford universe, for a long time, all his knives, they kind of look the same with different sizes. The Micro Praetorian, the Praetorian Genesis, the full-size Praetorian, the Praetorian Tie, all of those kind of were the same knife. And then he did the Theseus. And this is the Knife Joe exclusive, the Galaxy. So it's got the Galaxy type anodizing on one side with the black DLC blade on S35VN. But this one has this very unique pocket clip. And this is basically just a pocket hanger is almost what it does. It hangs in your pocket. I really like the Medford M just hanging out of my pocket. It has very little retention or no retention. So if you're gonna be hanging upside down or running, this is probably not the knife for you. But if you're just gonna be kind of walking around, this is a very cool pocket clip, and you don't find it anymore. So this is kind of a unique one. So I struggled to get rid of this one. And it's kind of a weird because it has a kind of the smallest flipper tab in the world. It's kind of weird. But yeah. So Medford Theseus, it was originally $600, and it's yours for $550 on the Medford Theseus. Now we get to the CKF Marauder. Now the action in this one is phenomenal. This is a liner lock from a Custom Knife Factory, and it's got a contouring, and it's got really good texture. It's got really good ergonomic. It's just a huge knife. This is very much in the neighborhood kind of the Sukhoi, and it's leaving for the same reason. It's a great knife. Again, if they did a 3.5 inch blade version of this knife, I'm gonna be all over that. It's got this Damascus pocket clip. It's got carbon fiber scales. It's much lighter than you would think. There's pretty good skeletonized in the middle. M390 blade, 4-inch blade, comes with everything. And this one from $590, that was the original price, is yours for $550. Okay. Now, we're gonna get to Medford Knives Micro Praetorian. So, and I'm gonna clean these knives before I send them over to you. I just realized some of them still have some gunk on them. But maybe it's better that you kind of see that I've used the knife, right? So this is the Micro Praetorian in the Droppoint blade, S35VN with the grind that is very typical for Medford. It's a great little knife. I'm keeping my two favorite Medford knives, which is one that is a little bit smaller than this, and one that is a little bit bigger than this. I have big hands, So this one's just not getting a lot of pocket time. It did for a while. This one I put a mirror edge on it, so there's a mirror edge. I sharpened this. So it has a mirror edge on it. From $600 to $500 on the Micro Praetorian from Medford. Then we're gonna do the Hoback Sumo. Okay, the Hoback Sumo is kind of an interesting one. It has this kind of very unique blade and unique shape. It's a button lock, so you can deploy it with the button for sure. It also has kind of like a thumb flipper right there, right? It has these very cool thumb studs. I like when he does it triangularly because you always push in that direction, so you get a flat face pushing against your finger. So that's really nice. And it also has kind of this flipper tab back here that you can also use to flip on open the knife. This is the black DLC scales with the purple anodizing. This is from Hoback. Originally was $550. It's yours for $450 on the Hoback Sumo. CKF Gnome. So in the world of Custom Knife Factory, the CKF Gnome is kind of one of the more, I'm going to call it elegance or understated knives. It's just very clean lines, very easy carry, very just a great pocket carry. It's a really great design. It's got a little bit of an accent, a little bit of flair with the Damascus pocket clip. It's a really good knife. I just don't enjoy front flippers. If this was a regular flipper tab, it would stay in my collection. It is not, so I'm letting it go. This was originally $510. It's yours for $450 on the CKF Gnome. Oh, and I'm gonna put the list of prices probably in the description so that everybody kind of knows them. Okay, so Olamic Wayfarer, the Olamic Wayfarer 247. This is the harpoon blade. I don't know if you know about Olamic, but you can customize whatever, and they do a lot of customization on their knives. So literally, you can probably get it. I'm not gonna say that it's a one-off, but it's unlikely that you see another one just like this. So this has kind of the black wash blade with the black wash titanium handles. They call these holes, they're acid rain. And inside of the holes, they've kind of anodized them blue. It's got bronze hardware with an acid rain pocket clip that is blue. So this one was originally $595, and it's yours for $400. I believe, and I need to tell you this, I believe that one of the screws is, it may be stripped, or when I tried to tighten it down, it didn't feel like it was going to be very good. So that's why it's kind of heavily discounted. Okay, from $595 to $400. Okay, that's on the Olamic Wayfarer 247 harpoon. The JK from Something Obscene Company, one of my favorite blades of all time. I just love what he's done with the blade. In my review of this one, I told everybody that I loved the blade, but I hated the scales, and then he came up with the version 2.0 that he fixed all of the scales. This one will come with two pocket clips, one that is the actual lightning. I don't use the actual one with the lightning because it catches in your pocket. The little kind of hooks of the lightning catch in your pocket. But he came up with this other pocket clip, which I bought, so you will get both pocket clips. So this is the J-Cape with the clip. Originally it was $500. You get it for $400, including the additional clip. Next up is the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest. So I really like this stuff from Sharp by Design, from Brian Nadeau. I think he has very clean designs, and this one is basically another version of the Gnome. I I enjoy this knife. This is the satin finish with the Arctic Storm carbon fiber. I used it very little because I don't enjoy front flippers all that much. But as far as front flippers go, this one has kind of a little bit larger tab. I don't know if you can tell, it's a much bigger tab than the Gnome. So this one actually, it's a lot easier, but I just don't get a lot of pocket time with it. The Sharp by Design Mini Tempest was $390 to start. It's yours for $350. Okay, now we get to the Todd Begg Citadel. The Todd Begg Citadel. So, Todd Begg and Begg Knives, they had a whole thing happening, and this is kind of one of their, this is one of the first knives that Todd Begg put into production with the War Junkie kind of line. And this is everything that Todd Begg is, right? It's got all kinds of stuff going on. You've got carbon fiber inlays in the blade. You've got all of this kind of milling and carbon fiber. I believe that Bestech is doing these knives. You've got the blue liners, you've got the blue accent clip, you've got the ceramic ball detent, you've got, so there's a lot going on with this knife. But again, this is a huge knife, 4-inch blade. It's a thick boy for sure, but this one's got an action like you would not believe. Just drop shot, incredibly smooth, just very, very cool. $450 it was the original price. It's yours for $325. $325. Next up, Microtech Stitch. So I really like this stitch, but at the time that I bought this, they had not come out with the non-auto version. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell the auto version to get the non-auto version. Okay, so this is the partially serrated with kind of I don't know what they call it. I think it's like apocalyptic kind of finish. It's like this heavy stone wash finish. Aluminum scales from Microtech. So this one was originally $426. It's yours for $325. The Microtech Stitch Automatic. Next is Sharp by Design Apex Tanto. So this one I have barely used it. I think I ended up not liking it as much as I thought I would from the photos. This has this compound grade blade that I really like. I think this one's done very well. It's got kind of this oversized deployment. You can do obviously you can do flipper tab, but this whole thing is begging to do the spider flick, right? So the Sharp by Design Apex Tanto from $375 that it was originally to $325. It's yours for $325. Alliance Designs Angry Baby Bear. So there's a lot of things that I like about this knife. I like the construction. I like the blade. I like a lot of things about it. The only thing that I don't like is that they did this kind of little hump on the blade right there. I'm not sure why it bugs me so much, but it's enough that I don't carry it because of it. Originally it was $400. It's yours for $300. This is the BrownYeager-M, and this has the Mokuti accents with the black micarta. So I think this is a really nice addition of the knife with the stone wash blade. So this one was just under $400. It was $398, and it's yours for $300 on the Jaeger-M. Peña Knives Apache, and this is the Damasteel version of the knife. So this is the original Apache. It's a beautiful knife. The problem is it's a front flipper, and it's a small front flipper at that. And so I struggle with it quite a bit. This is with the brown micarta. So this was originally $394, and it's yours for $300 on the Damasteel Apache. And then we have kind of the big brother. This is the large Apache. When they came up with the large one, I thought, well, maybe that solves the problem. Maybe I can get in with, I can enjoy this one more. It didn't happen. I still don't enjoy front flippers. I've tried so much with front flippers. I just can't get used to them. This one has the carbon fiber with the Damascus accents, and this one was originally a 388, yours for 300 on the large Apache. Next one down is the APurvis BladesProgeny, and this is the Knife Nuts Podcast Edition. So, and this one kind of has almost a mirror blade. I don't know if that's coming across. Beautifully done, beautifully done. It's got this kind of yellow carbon fiber that's really seamlessly done into the titanium scale M390 blade. This one's hard to get because they only do a limited number of the Knife Nut Podcast Edition. This was $350. It's yours for $300. This is the BrownRaptor knives, and this is the St. Nick's knives exclusive with the black and red carbon fiber scale. Okay, this is a beautiful scales, beautiful blade. For me, it became too thin. So if you like light knives, this is a good one for you. It's just this one kind of feels like it disappeared in my hand. For me, $375 the original price. It's $275 to you delivered. Next is the Berg BladesSlim, and this is with the carbon fiber overlays and the kind of dark wash, black wash blade, and the pocket clip is kind of like this very dark purple anodizing on it. Very kind of unique. The Berg BladesSlim in carbon fiber was $375. It's yours for $275 on the Slim. This is the Chavez Redención 229, and for a long time this was on my top 10 knives in my collection, and then he came up with just this a tiny bit smaller version of the knife, and that was just perfect for me. Instead of having a 3.5 inch blade, that one has a 3.25 inch blade, which is perfect for me. So this one I have its twin little brother, and the twin little brother suits me a lot better. So this one's gonna go. This is the 229 with the Droppoint blade. I bought it for $350. It's yours for $275. $275 on the Chavez 229. Then this one is the Berg BladesMini Slim. So that's the baby brother to the big Slim. So this one is in the black DLC, kind of faded DLC, and is bronze anodized titanium on the mini Slim. So this one cost $350. It's yours for $250. $250 for you on the mini Slim. Okay. Then we get to the Demko. The Demko 20.5. I just never got into the action of the Demko. Okay, a little bit of a snail trail right here on the Demko. I didn't use it all that much. This is the 3V version of the knife. Okay, there's crappier steels out there, but this one is the 3V version, and it is the sheep's foot with the shark clock or whatever they call this thing. Originally, I bought it for $330. It's yours for $250. $250 on the Demko 20.5. The Amphibian. This is one of my favorite shape of knives. But what I want to get is, originally it was hard to get this knife. So I got whatever version I could. But what I really want is a non-serrated version. So I'm selling my serrated version with the aluminum scales. And this one, the Amphibian, was $307 when I bought it, and it's yours for $250. $250 on the MicrotechAmphibian. This is the Fox Knives Suru in the Arctic Storm. So this is a box design, and box design is just, I just really like all of box designs. I really like this one. It's a little bit small for me, but I really like the lines of box designs or boxness. So this one was originally $300 and is yours for $225. $225 on the FoxSuru. One of my most recommended knives ever. That's the Zero Tolerance 0562. This is the carbon fiber version of the knife. I'm selling it because I became a Hinderer fan, so I've got all kinds of XM18s, and I just never used this one anymore. But it is one of my most recommended knives. I think is one of the best values. It's kind of, I think when with the 0562, it's the point of diminishing returns. I think you can get twice as expensive knife as this, but it won't be twice as good as this. This one has been sharpened with a mirror finish. Hopefully that's coming across. Please note that I have sharpened this and it has a mirror edge on it. Okay, that's the 0562, and it was originally $290. It's yours for $220. $220 on the 0562. Next up, it's another, this one's kind of a weird little thing. This is the Homer Zoo T-Rex, and this is an actual custom. This is an actual custom knife, and I really like this knife quite a bit. Even with it comes with this kind of unique bead. The only thing I don't like about this one is the pocket clip, so that's why I don't use it. It was $300 originally. It is yours for $200. $200 on the T-Rex from Homer Zoo. Okay. Giant MouseAtelier. So the Giant MouseAtelier, it's the baby version of the Ace Grand, and this came out first, and then they came up with a carbon fiber version of it. And I have the big version of the Grand on carbon fiber, so I bought the Atelier in carbon fiber, so I no longer use the titanium version of the knife. So I used it very little on this Atelier. It was $250 to begin with, or when I bought it, $175 to you delivered. This one was kind of an impulse buy for me. It was kind of a unique thing. This is the MKMVincent in the Toxic Storm scales. This one's kind of a unique knife. It almost looks like I don't know, it looks like a scimitar to me. That's kind of the vibes that it gives me. I don't use it. Again, this is another Boxness Designs. I don't use it a lot, so I'm letting it go. The MKMVincent was $230. Yours for $175. $175 on the MKMVincent. Then we have the Red HorseHell Razor. Okay, one of the most unique knives in my collection. You can see why. I always like to have unique things, but this one, whenever I deploy it, people get nervous. You know, there's something about a razor, you know, with the speed holes, and so this one has the carbon fiber with the red accent. So this one was $250 when I bought it. It's yours for $150 there on the Hellraiser. Then we have the ZhuT-Land. So the ZhuT-Land and the Ace Grand, I think, are tremendous knives. And I told in my review, if you like more of a Western kind of buoy, kind of clip point style blade, get the ZhuT-Land. If you like more of a traditional drop point blade or harpoonish blade, get the Grand, right? So a lot of people, so for a lot of people, myself included, I like the Grand better, but I think that the ZhuT-Land is just a great knife. Very, very, very cool knife. And the ZhuT-Land, it was originally $215, and I'm selling it for $150. $150 to you delivered. This one is the TRMNerd. Okay, Now they come up with ones with holes, and I may look into getting one with holes, but I struggle to carry this one to deploy it. It's very small in my hands. It's a beautiful knife. I think it's a beautiful design, but I just don't carry it. It was $190, $189 when I bought it, and it's yours for $150. One of the most hyped knives of all times. It's a MicrotechMSI. I think it's a good knife, but I like the lines of the Amphibian better, and they kind of fill up the same kind of niche. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the all blade version or the non-serrated version of the Amphibian, and I'm gonna let go of both the Amphibian and the MSI. And this one has the G10 scales, okay, and so this one was $175, yours for $150 delivered. This one is a very cool little knife. It's just very little. This is the BestechEngine. So this has carbon fiber. It's got kind of all this milling. I think it looks really, really cool. And on the back side, it's got this really cool kind of anodizing fader from purple to blue. I think it's a really cool knife. It's kind of a fifth pocket knife, but I don't use it. So I'm letting it go. The BestechEngine was $158. It's yours for $120 on this little guy. And then the final guy is the KizerSheepsfoot in 10V. I wanted to see what 10V was all about. Okay, and the only pocket knife that I could find in 10V was this KizerSheepsfoot. It was originally $89, and it's yours for $50. Okay, so I'm gonna put the list of prices down in the description below. Okay, again, go and send me an email if you want any of these knives. Say in and the knife. If you have questions, ask them. I want you to be comfortable with your purchase. Just know that until you tell me in, it's still out for grabs for everybody. Guys, hopefully you have enjoyed it, and until I see you at the next one, take care. Apologies, guys, I forgot that I was also going to sell these two knives, so I'm tacking them out here at the end. This is the WENexusia, okay, and the WENexusia was originally $368, and it's yours for $300. And this one is the Caelum BladesAri. This is with the black and copper carbon fiber. And this was originally $275, and I'm selling it for $200. If you want any of these two, same rules apply. Bye.